Hello! Did you make New Year promises that you know you won't keep? You try and you try, but you just can't seem to keep them? Well, that's probably because you're not doing it right. Shallow solutions can't fix deeper issues, mental blocks, and problems that you have with your own personality or something that you struggle with, at least not long term. But don't worry, I will go over 5 steps that you can take to actually stop procrastinating and become a better person in the process. Hopefully, if not all of these tips, will help you become a better you and help you stop procrastinating and instead look forward to the things that you want to do instead of looking at it with dread and like, oh, I gotta do this. Nah, I'll just lie on the couch instead. If I didn't procrastinate, then I would have probably written several books by now and created a whole bunch of YouTube videos, but I like to push things up and then not do them. Here's a pen and paper that you can use to write this down because it's easy to remember. I'll put it over here. Number 1, look back, see what you have achieved and think about it. What did it make you feel and what are your emotions? If you have a thing that you've gone through this year or something hard, then think about that and how it changed you and how you reacted to it. You can do this with a lot of different things, like everything from something hard that you've gone through or just you changing your breakfast. Think about it and what did it mean to you? Did it help you? Like, for example, if you gone on a trip, did it help you? And did you feel like this is what I want to do? I want to sit on a mountain and look at beautiful views. Well, how can we make that happen more in the future? You gotta think about that and what kind of emotion that moment gave you. Write down some key points that made you happy or sad or something in between, and we'll go on to the next step, which is number 2. What do these moments actually mean to you? Here you gotta dive a little deeper. You gotta think hard and connect with your past emotions on how did they affect you? What did you feel during this? And what were your thoughts? And have they given you something that changes your behavior? It's a lot similar to the first one where I told you to look back, but now you gotta think about just those key moments and just deep dive into every single thing that you've written down. Number 3, set up your goals. Goals are extremely important to do something, and you need to have something to work for and something to measure your achievement in. You don't have to have a big goal, and it doesn't have to be a get rich quick goal or become a millionaire. That's a pretty hefty goal, but you gotta have something that you can work for. Like, if you want to be a better person, don't make it too unreachable and too hard to grab onto. Like, if you want to become a better person, you can't have just become a better person as a goal unless that's exactly what you want, because you need to realize that that's a goal that you can never take off. You can't just be finished with becoming a better person. You gotta have those tangible and easy to get goals. And I don't mean easy to get like it's easy to achieve them, but it should be easy to explain them. And it should be something that you can touch. So instead of becoming a better person, you choose, for example, make someone happy, make someone laugh once. That's a good part goal, and that's a good way to measure that I'm actually becoming a better person. So something that you can touch on, something that is more analytical. You need an analytical goal. Number 4, set yourself up for success. As I said in a previous point, you need to choose goals that you can actually touch on and you can reach, and goals that are not just lofty like achievements, something that you can actually do. Well, here you gotta dive a little deeper. You gotta expand those goals. Give them part goals. So if you have I want to write a book in 2023. Well, then some part goals might be write every chapter. Write this chapter before 2 months. Write this chapter before 3 months. Can you finish this plot line before February? If you want to start writing in February, then you gotta finish the plot line. Something small like sit down and write, or sit down by your computer and open the document. It doesn't have to be big, and it can be as tiny as sitting down and just looking at your script or your empty page or your chapter title and then closing it, and then you checked off a box, and that means that you're already on your way to reaching that main goal. So set yourself up for success. Pick part goals that you can reach and find out along the way if you need to change them, because it's okay to change goals. You don't need to put I'm gonna write a book in 2023 before summer, and then I'm gonna write another book before winter, and then you're there. It's actually summer and you haven't written a single chapter because it feels like too big of a project. Divide it up into small parts. Makes it easier. It's always easier to put one step in front of the other than to actually walk 15 miles. And now we've come to the last tip, but it's also the most important. When we're talking about procrastination, tip number 5 is, according to me, the most important tip. Work on yourself. As I said in the beginning, these can't be shallow solutions because they won't change how you feel inside, and they won't change the deeper issues and the blocks that you have that stops you from doing your work and the thing you actually want to do. So for example, you want to walk up a mountain this year, but you're scared of heights. Well, sure, you can walk up that mountain and hope that your fear goes away, or you can prevent that fear from clouding your journey and making your journey feel daunting and big, and they'll maybe make you give up halfway up the mountain and then walk down. So do it, nip it in the bud, and just start before. I don't know how to get rid of fear of heights, but I do know that it's a lot easier to prepare yourself and to look inside of you. Have you been through some trauma that made you feel this way? Did you fall from a tree when you were small and that's why you're scared of heights? Well, then maybe think about that moment that made you scared of this thing. Talk with someone, talk with your friends, talk with your partner, parents, children, anything. We're all humans. Just talk and it'll get easier to do it. If you realize what you're scared of, the moment that made you, that created this fear, then you know what to reach for, you know what to attack and what problem to solve. And knowing the problem and what stops you is a lot easier to handle than not knowing what it is and just feeling this big fear that takes over you. So improve yourself as a person, work on yourself, and all this will get easier, I promise you. And don't worry, you'll have fun in the process. But you gotta trust yourself and you gotta believe that you can make this happen. You can stop procrastinating and you can become a better person. This year is the year of you. And this year is the year that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch that video up there, or the video that will come in the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Leave a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.